Two Wheels this week, Wayne's on another scooter, but this one is very fast. And I catch up with drag racer Chris Hannam, better known as The Cannon. But first, we return to Blackpool. You'll remember on Two Wheels last week, Wayne and I travelled to the northwest of England, to a campsite not far from Blackpool, for the VSOC rally. That's the Yamaha, Virago and Star Owners Club. The campsite was packed with over 400 machines, not just from the UK but from all across Europe. And on Saturday, over 300 bikes made the short trip, just 14 or so miles, to nearby Blackpool, where they converged on the famous pleasure beach. And that's where we'll pick up the story with Wayne and some of the bikers.
So I've joined the lads here having a rest as it happens, because they've been wandering around the park. We've got Derek and Carly. Tell me, Carl, you're obviously not up for having a play on the old PlayStation and all the Pepsi Max and all that like, but I mean, have you enjoyed the fact you've come to Blackpool?
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed ride out, yeah. I'm enjoying weekend.
So where have you come from then?
Wakefield in West Yorkshire.
Not so far, is it really, but an enjoyable ride?
Yeah, about 80 miles, but it was an enjoyable ride. It was a nice night last night. It's been a nice ride here today.
Excellent. Derek, tell me, what bike do you ride, mate?
Suzuki Intruder.
An Intruder?
Yeah.
Oh, right, but we are at a Virago and Star Owners Club rally.
Yeah, well, you can be an associated member. It doesn't matter what bike you got, what make it is. You can still join the club and go on the ride outs and all the rallies.
Excellent.
Or whatever's going off, you're quite welcome to go.
Got you, right. It's good that a club doesn't alienate anybody. I mean, after all, you're on two wheels. But presumably, the fact that it's a cruiser fits the bill. You
want a cruiser. You fit in with everyone else then, right?
Have you been on these runs before then?
This is my first rally, but we go on a ride out every other Sunday.
Oh dear, yeah.
About 100 miles.
Excellent,
here and there.
Come rain or shine?
I went down to Beta for about a month since that national meeting.
Oh, the big BMF show. Enjoy that, did you?
Oh yeah.
Did you camp over?
No, I didn't actually. I went down Sunday and it was packed, it was lovely.
It's an excellent show. These rallies, these shows, a lot of people, I think, if they've never been on it, I think they assume that it's just a wild bunch of lads having a bad time. But in actual fact, there's a family in it.
There's a lot of gentlemen goes and that, you know what I mean? In fact, there's a lot of older people goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you two have been sat on your backsides now for this duration of our conversation, and when we pulled up, get yourself out there and go and have a bit. I could just see you now on one of these here rides.
He's frightened me enough on ride here.
All right, on the bikes anyway.
That's enough for me. Like.
And unlike me, you see, I don't always go above the height limit, where you two haven't got a problem.
No.
Thanks for
talking to I'm not standing up.
Right. Cheers. That's pretty, isn't it, eh? A lovely blue fountain, a water feature. And I want to tell you something, and I hope Paul's not listening, because Paul's got a water feature in his garden at home. And his wife says, can we have it colourful? So Paul thinks, got just the thing. Now in here, they use vegetable dyes, but Paul decided to use something that you would put in your toilet at home that gives that blue effect. So now his little water feature is 18 foot high of blue foam. What a pillock.
Yes, OK, I am a pillock, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. And anyway, it was the wife's idea, not mine, so there, Wayne. Well, I've left him, actually, at the fun fair. He's crying because he can't get on any of the rides, he's not big enough, and I've come back to the campsite here. So let's go and have a word with some of the lads and the lasses and see how they're enjoying the weekend.
I'm from Holland. I have a wonderful time. It's the 7th time we are in England, because England is a lovely country and lovely people. So, cheers.
We're having a brilliant weekend, but you can't see my friend because he's camouflaged. But
this weekend is absolutely brilliant. It is superb. It's like this every weekend. Every rally is the same. Great.
No, it's not. They get better.
Yeah, superb.
But yeah, we've had a brilliant weekend, haven't we, dear? The good thing about it, though, if you can get my wife in as well, is that about 6 months ago, she chopped in her Virago, and we both bought Harleys. So it's a bit ironic, really, you know, that we still turn up because of the friends that we've met over the years and stuff like that. We didn't do the ride out today. We did it last year, but we're going to do the lakes tomorrow. But brilliant band last night. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant band, wasn't it?
very good, yes.
Very good band, yeah. Absolutely. Spot on.
We're
from Holland. And we are enjoying this very much this time. Yes.
Yeah. It's really great weather.
It's really good weather.
Really great campsite. Yeah,
we don't went out for a ride to Blackburn Beach.
We had too bad of a hangover.
Because we had some serious trouble dealing with the beer.
Really
so we have to make a tough decision about going on a ride out or staying here on a campsite to drink some more. Yes.
Yeah, relaxing and drinking beer and drinking coffee and eating donuts. Yeah.
And beans for breakfast and bacon eggs and stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So we're having a great time in short terms. Yes.
Het is goed hier te zijn.
Het is hier fantastisch.
In Engeland.
Ja.
Be
Het is hier
there.
erg gezellig. Volgende keer allemaal meegaan. Het is hier echt heel erg gezellig.
Je mist een hele hoop.
Wat zegt de vakantieman? Het is hier fantastisch.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Before Christmas I went to this Muslim shop, not religious at all, you understand that, I'm not Christian, bugger all, and I found this gear, and it's so easy to wear, I bought 3 of them, so I brought me this week, and these stupid idiots are wearing it as well, to be honest, you know. They're ideal, I tell you what they are, they're ideal when you got the bog, honestly, absolutely unbelievable. I can see why women wear garb like this, honestly, you know, but
What are you talking about now?
You?
No publicity.
Wasn't me. But they got us. Wilson, Keppel and Betty. Now which one's which? Alan, show him, for Christ's sake, come on.
As I'm sure you've probably gathered, people were becoming rather full of alcohol, and the night had only just begun. But later that evening, the band struck up, people were dancing, and it wasn't long before we were treated to the Star Cabaret. Otto and his troupe of performing biker clowns. Now they do say that as long as you're wearing a crash helmet it's perfectly legal, so I suppose this must be okay. A great night was had by all, and by the end of it, it wasn't just the Dutch that we couldn't understand, but that's another story. Sunday morning then, plenty of activity around the site and a chance to catch up with a few more bikers.
Absolutely brilliant weekend. Thank you to all of these marvellous people. Who are they, by the way?
Yeah, been a great weekend. It always is at the VSOC rally, always the best. We're back in Wales in 3 weeks' time, and I hope the weather will be as good as it's been up north up here. Great people, great friends, best in the world.
I've had a wonderful time. I can't complain about anything. I mean, you get a lot of people bitch and moan about the facilities and this and that, but it's been great. It's a good weekend. A lot of fun. The music was good, and the people done a fine job. And I just say thanks. Have a nice day.
There's nowhere quite like Blackpool, you see, because people say that Blackpool is the Las Vegas of the north.
Yeah, it's just as disgusting as Las Vegas, yeah? That's right.
You can't say that, right.
Did you say that? Sorry.
Did you go on all the rides, all the...
No. No.
Did anybody go on any of the big rides?
Nope. No, I don't think so. None of us.
What's wrong with you people? You've got to get on the rides, that's all. You did? What's that got to do with it?
We go to look to the town.
You got to look at the town?
Yes.
Oh, did you? Oh, right, you had a ride round the place, did you? You may as well see something while you're here, eh? That's what it's all about. So are you regular visitors to the UK? You come to all the rallies over here?
Not all the rallies.
No.
Most of the rallies.
Right.
It's too expensive to go over here.
It's very expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. The ferry is expensive.
How long does it take you people to get here from Denmark?
Oh, 2 days. 2
days?
Yeah.
Right.
You have to sail for 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're quite a way up there, aren't you? Yeah. Right. What's the weather like in Denmark now?
I don't know.
No, what do
It was great when we left home. Yeah.
Well, you see, because we don't normally get this. This is the English climate. It's not normally this good, not normally this warm. You've not been to the UK before, have you not?
No.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Do you? You're going to come again?
I hope so.
Right. What do you all ride? Do you all ride Viragos, All Stars, or what?
Yes.
What do you ride?
Yeah.
What do you? 1100 Viragos?
Yes.
All the same, all ride them. Right. Are you members of a club then, back in Denmark?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on then. What's the club called?
Millennium.
Millennium?
Yes.
Oh, right,
It
I
was
see.
founded last year, so that's why we're the Millennium Club.
Never. I can't believe you. Get away.
My name's Stuart Chester. This is Carol and Christine. We're from the Centre 18 Devon and Cornwall group of the Virago Star Owners Club. We've come up here to the Northwest Rally. Most of us arrived yesterday. The rallies generally 4 or 5 a year, various parts of the country, and there's also trips abroad, different parts of Europe. Some people are going to Norway, there's trips to Denmark, Holland, even the Czech Republic this year. all people from the owners' clubs travelling out there on the bikes and just enjoying themselves. Great atmosphere, and as the girls will probably agree, you meet lots of people, make new friends.
Oh yeah, very friendly.
It's a great atmosphere.
Families and couples, it's single people, everyone has a good laugh together. It's great, really good atmosphere.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's Christine's first rally. What do you think?
First rally. I was really impressed with the ride out. It was really well organised, and it's quite special for the public to see that many bikes on the road as well, I think. Although the car users, I don't think liked us to be on the road. But we've paid our vehicle tax, so we're allowed on the road.
That's it. It's great. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not a great advert for biking, then I don't know what is. But it was indeed a great weekend, and a fantastic time was had by all. The grand total was over 400 bikes on site. But let's leave the final word with the VSOC Vice Chairman and the North West Centre 6 area rep, Bob Pountley.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this rally this weekend. It's been a terrific success, but there's a lot of hard work before and after people have been and gone. There's a setting up, there's the decamp and tidying up after. It's a lot of hard work to put in, but it's well worth it when you see the amount of people enjoying themselves. I'd also like to thank all the traders for all the help they've given us in the free gifts for the raffle, because they've really turned us out proud. So just thanks for coming along. I get emotional at this time. So. Yeah, it's been terrific.
Coming up, I chat with Cannon and Wayne rides a fast scooter.
Woohoo! Oh, this is fun. Now, on a previous programme, I mentioned lots of performance bits and pieces that you could apply to your basic scooter, to a 50cc restricted scooter, put the bits and pieces on and make it just go that little bit quicker and spend some of your hard-earned cash, but it saves you part exchanging for a bigger one. But I did also mention the fact that we know of some bits and pieces you can put on bigger scooters like this one, which is the SR125 Aprilia. And bits like these bits, for example, like them, they look rather shiny and rather nice, don't they? Well, that is a cylinder barrel with the piston, and that is the cylinder head. They're air-cooled systems. These have got fins on them. They fit onto bikes like this one, and that's a couple of £100 worth of bits. This one is a water-cooled version. This would go on a bike that would have a radiator, and the water goes around the cylinder, keeps it cool. But nonetheless, same sort of idea. It makes a 125cc scooter into a 172cc scooter. Makes it go that little bit quicker, makes it have some mid-range power. It really does make a big difference. When you're going that bit quicker, obviously you need to stop, so you might want to apply some better brakes. This is a fancy disc, and you can buy some high-performance pads to go on the disc. You might need some fancy tyres. Just like the super bikes out there, you can buy some serious fancy tread. Michelin, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Yokohama, all of them do them. And I do believe that this one, which is the GT301s, costs you around £35 plus fitting. I believe these are the ones that the lads have preference to at the moment on the performance scooters. So these are all the bits and pieces you can put on them. Now then, what happens? Well, the best way of finding out is to get two candidates. One that's got a performance increased one, a 172 kit, and one lad that's got a standard machine, and maybe let them swap over and try them. And we've got the very chaps outside at the moment warming their bikes up, so Brian and Chris are going to do a bit of a road test for us. Oh, here we go. Right then, our candidates are over here. Now on the standard looking one, and it is fairly plain and simple, but on this particular one is the 172 kit, and we've got Brian. And on the fancy looking one over here with all the multicoloured and all the flashes on it, we've got Chris, and that is the standard version. That's 125, this is 172, and we'll catch up with the lads later on and see what they think of him. So, off you go gentlemen, start your engines and away you go, and see you later. So I've caught up with the lads now, having been out on their scoots, but the fact is, they didn't really need to go riding around on the scoots because they own them. Because, Brian, this is your improved version, is the easiest way of describing it, and Chris, this is your standard one.
Yep.
Right, Chris, tell me about yours. I mean, it's a good enough beast anyway, aren't they? I mean, they go well anyway.
Yeah, it goes fantastic, yeah, made up with it.
Yeah. But you've been on Brian's.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what, I'm not going to ask you what you think. I'm not going to ask you what you think. I'm just going to ask Brian, just before I ask you, Brian, why would you want to improve what is already a more than good enough piece of equipment?
Well, I did like it to start with, but I commute on it every day, and I go down a lot of bypasses where everyone's doing 70, 75-ish, and you tend to find on a really windy day the top speed's reduced to about 60, 65. So if you get stuck behind a slower moving vehicle, pulling out to overtake's impossible. So I wanted a better increase in the top speed, and, you know, through the mid-range as well, which I've got with the 172cc kit.
I can understand it. So it's a sensible improvement to make for a genuine purpose.
Oh yeah.
But would it have not been just as simple to swap what you've got and get something a bit bigger? Because there's some 250s out there now.
Yeah, the cost is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The trade-in price, I'd have lost roughly around £700 within the first year. If I'd gone to trade it in, you know, I mean, I paid $2,200 for it when I bought it brand new, and I think the second-hand value a year later is like £1,500. So
which is the norm.
You're looking at
motorsport.
You're looking at a serious loss, really.
Yeah,
you know, if you want to move up to something bigger. So this really, I mean, the big bore kit was only an extra £160.
Yeah.
You know, so I fitted it and world of difference.
Yeah, right. Chris, just now then, I'll come back to you and ask you that question again. You've been on both of them.
Yeah.
You own a standard version.
Yep.
And now you've been on Brian's 172 kit version.
Yeah.
Would you improve yours now? Would
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
the 172 kitted one accelerates twice as fast as the standard one. Obviously, you've got an increase in the top speed as well.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed with it.
But listen, you're a user of fantastic bikes anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got yourself, you know, an awesome Spondon out bike, and that goes quick and everything. Why would you want to ride around on scoots? Because I know there's an awful lot of the lads out there who skip scoots.
Yeah.
I love them. I'm passionate about them, and I have every opportunity of riding every bike that I can get my hands on. But I love the scoots. Do you feel the same?
I think that generally the people who do laugh at the scooters haven't ridden any of the, especially the 125s and the 180s. They've not ridden them. And scooters they handle well and they brake well and everything. It's just ease of use. For going into town and for general commuting, they're a damn sight easier than dragging a big bike out of the shed, especially if you just finished cleaning something and it's all polished and nice. You can drag one of these out, you throw whatever you buy under the seat in the storage compartment. It's just very easy.
Very convenient.
Very easy. And you don't have to pay for them on pay and display.
Certainly. That's very important as well. God, he's a right tighty, isn't he? Right, well, you guys obviously believe in what you've done. You believe obviously in the 125 as it is, as a scooter, and the vast improved 172s. I really feel the need to find out for myself. Do I have the opportunity to use it? Oh,
yeah, go on, take it out.
How is it then?
Paul
Johnston won't allow me on anything else, but you lads quite happily to let me have a go on their scooters.
Take
right
it
then.
out.
I'll try yours first, Chris, if you don't mind, and then I'll have a go on the 172 after. It's fantastic! Who needs big motorbikes when you can have a scooter? What a marvellous piece of equipment this is, honestly. It's dead smooth. It accelerates like a flaming rocket, and it's only a little ditty scooter. Oh, I tell you what, it is impressive, this. Hey, words do not describe it. It's fantastic, this, Brian, mate. Hey, thanks very much. I'm really enjoying it. I'll see you later, mate. Ta-da. Bye-bye.
Now let me introduce you to my friend here, Chris Hannam, Cannon. No stranger to our programme, and in fact last time you were on our show was at Avon Park Raceway, being interviewed by Wayne, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
It was very rude to you, I thought, Chris.
Well, you got to take Wayne with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, you've got to take him somehow anyway. But right, I thought we spotted you here in the pits, in the paddock. We thought I'd just catch up with you because this bike was fairly new to you then at Avon. Just very briefly, just remind me, and for the benefit of our viewers, this bike, I know it's an impressive piece of kit and you could talk all day about the technical side of it. Just give it me basically in a nutshell. It's a Suzuki.
It's based around the Suzuki. The only stock parts on the engine is the engine crankcases. Everything else is aftermarket. It's a 1425cc, 3-speed auto gearbox, turbocharged and 3-stage of nitrous oxide injection, culminating in about 600 brake horsepower.
Wow, fantastic, that's terrific, isn't it? You've been out here today, haven't you, this weekend? How have you done today up to now?
Well, we went out, put a steady 750 pass down, and this morning we went out and laid a 737 down at 176.
Right, hang on, just stop there a minute. You just say laid a 737 down. That's 7.37 seconds to do a quarter of a mile with a terminal speed of
176.
Wow.
Into a headwind, which is what kills the terminal speed.
You have a split time as well, don't you? Don't you time the first, is it 100 yards or something?
We timed the first 60 foot. We covered the first 60 foot of the track in 1.10 seconds.
So you're probably, well, you're a top spot again this year up to now?
Yeah, well, we've led the championship and we've dropped back a couple of points with a bit of a rain-swept meeting at the last meeting, and it unfortunately let me down a bit. The qualifying was done on emergency qualifying times, and it's basically names out of a hat type of thing, you know. So we're still in contention. We're within 100 points.
Fantastic.
Whereas this time last year we were 1,000 points behind.
Right, well that's progress, isn't it? That's superb. And we've got another run, haven't you, now today?
We've got another run. We've tweaked the nitrous settings.
Have you? Even faster. What would you expect then? What are you aiming for? Have you got a target in the back of your mind?
If we could run, you know, a low 7.37 seconds, or maybe dip into the 7.2s, it would be a lifetime best, and obviously it certainly set the other guys in the pits, you know, a target to achieve, you know.
Well, this run wasn't quite as good as Chris's runs of earlier in the day, but you have to admit it's still very, very impressive. And on Two Wheels next week, we're back at Santa Pod to see Jason Rennie attempt the world's longest motorcycle jump.